Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Amvesh, your computer science and IT lecturer. So students, in the last lecture, I have explained you how to work with Java NetBeans IDE. So in this video lecture, we will discuss about the variable and its type. That means data types and variables. So the first question is, what is variable? Variable means it is the name of a memory location. Okay? Variable is a named memory location. During execution of program, we need to store data. During execution of our program, we need to store our required data. So we store the data in the memory location and we give a name to the memory location. So you can say variable is the container for our data. Okay? Variable is the container for our data. So next thing is how to give the name of a variable. There are some rules and regulations to create variable names. Okay? So the first thing is variable names consist of only alphabets that may be in capital letter or small letter. Next, digits, underscores and dollar symbol. Again I am repeating, variable names consist of alphabets, digits and underscore and also dollar symbol. Except all these things, no other symbols are allowed. Okay? And the first letter of the variable should be any alphabet, underscore or dollar symbol. That means you can't start with digit. You can start with digit. Okay? Next thing is the variable name should consist of one word. Variable name is consist of one word. So you can't give space. Okay? So for the purpose of readability, you can use underscore. You can write two words and join them with underscore. Okay? Only for the purpose of readability. We count underscore as a character. Okay? So joining two words with underscore means that is a single word. Next thing is there are some reserved words. There are some reserved words. We call it as keywords. Okay? So you can't use keywords as your variable names. You can't use keywords as your variable names because keywords have some special meaning that has been already defined to the Java compiler. Okay? Another rules is Java is a case sensitive language. Okay? Java is a case sensitive programming language. So a variable with uppercase letter, that means a variable name with uppercase letter is completely different with a variable name. That means the same variable name with lowercase letter. Okay, a variable name with uppercase letter is different with the variable name with lowercase letter. Their name may be same, but if you are changing the case, then these two are completely different. And one good practice is to use a meaningful name for the whenever you are creating variable. Okay, so that it is easy for understand that for what purpose you are using the variable. Okay, this is not the strict rule to give a meaningful name, but you should follow it so that anyone can understand easily. Next, you can define multiple variable names in a single statement. You can define multiple variable name in a single statement, but you should separate those variables by comma. Okay. In Java, all variables what you want to use, they should be declared and initialized before you use those variables. Okay, and also you have to mention the type of data that variable can hold. For that reason, you should also know about data types. Okay, based on the data, your variable will be declared as that specific type of variable. That means if you are storing integer data type, then you can say the variable is of integer type. That means you are declaring like that. Okay, so for that reason, we will now discuss about different data types. Okay, so basically the data types of Java is divided into two main categories. First one is primitive data types and the other one is non-primitive data types. The primitive data types, those are declared by Java. Okay, and the non-primitive data types, that is user defined, or you can say primitive data types are predefined and non-primitive data types are user defined. Based on the need, user defined. So your primitive data types are that we'll discuss right now. So your primitive data types are basically 8 types. Those are byte, short, integer, long, float, double, character and boolean type. And the type of values they can hold are your byte data type that holds integer type values, and for that it needs 1 byte. Okay, and the minimum value it can store is -128, and the maximum value that can be stored by byte data type is 127. Here I am mentioning here the minimum value is -128. Okay, and the maximum value for byte data type is 127. Okay, next comes to sort data type. Another data type is sort. So it can also hold, it will also hold integer type values. Okay, so to store this type of data you need 2 byte and its range is -32768 to positive value of 32767. Okay, -32768 to the positive value of 32767. Within this range you can take any value for sort data type. Next comes to integer data type. The keyword is int. Okay, all the keywords are written here for different data types. Okay, so the type of value you can store is integer and it requires 4 byte. It requires 4 byte of data. Okay, so the minimum value you can take is -2147483648. Okay, and the maximum value for integer data type is 2147483647 for integer data type. So within this range you can take any value. Next comes to long integer data type and its keyword is long. And to store the value you need 8 byte. Okay, you need 8 byte of memory to store long integer value. So its value is very large, up to 19 digits you can store here. The integer number of 19 digits. Okay, the number is also difficult to remember. Okay, so next is float data type. Next one is float data type. Okay, so it can store your floating point or fractional value. Okay, and it can store the values up to, that means a fractional value up to 6 to 7 decimal digits. And to store the value you need 4 byte. Next comes to double data type. This data type can also save decimal values. Okay, or you can say fractional values, and for that you need 8 byte of memory space. And it can store the fractional data up to 15 decimal digits. Next one is character. Okay, so it needs 2 byte of memory space, and it can store a single character. Okay, or a letter, whatever you are taking, everything is counted as a character. That may be any alphabet, any digits, or any other symbol. Those are one on character. Okay, and you have to enclose the character within single quotes. Okay, but to store that value you need 2 byte. And the last one under primitive data type is boolean. It need only 1 bit. It need only 1 bit of memory, since it store only true or false value. Okay. One thing I have forgot to mention, that character data type can also store ASCII values, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay, ASCII value can also be stored in character data type. So there are also different non-primitive data type. Okay, here we have discussed about only primitive data types. In the other category, that means in the non-primitive data types, there are also so many different data types like string, class, array, all these things. Okay, those are user defined. So the difference between string data type and character data type is that in case of character data type, we can store a single character, and that character is enclosed within single quotation. But in case of string data type, we can store more than one character. For that reason only we are using string data type. And whatever data we are taking for string data type, we have to enclose those data within double quotations. Okay. So based on the data type, that means the type of data you want to store in a variable, you have to declare the variable accordingly. So your variable may be of integer type, that means it will store only integer data. That may be character type, that may be string type, that may be float type, double type, or whatever may be. Okay, based on your requirements, you have to declare the variable first and you have to initialize it. Okay, so thank you, and in next class we will discuss about operators in Java. Thank you.